because you realize you do miss that up here. We are somewhat isolated. It's a wonderful machine that we live in, but those small things, you realize you do miss very much while you're up here and how much it means to you. On the other side, and I've said this a couple times to folks, in that we've had a lot of vehicles come and visit us up here, what we call cargo vehicles. And to look out the window of ISS and see one of these huge cargo vehicles approaching and literally stop and then pull up to ISS, and we end up capturing it with a robot arm and then parking it just like in a parking lot, is amazing. I cannot explain that view to folks on the ground, just to actually see that vehicle pull up and realize what our capabilities are up here. It is, I've been training for years and years and years, but you just don't get the true feeling until you're up here and you see it happen.
Well, it is just amazing to me, the work you're doing, and what an experience for you on so many different levels. If you had the opportunity, would you go back? Would you do this again?
Boy, that's a great question. You know, this is such a dynamic time up here. I'm really looking forward to see, you know, certainly we've got our commercial vehicles coming up, and you know, we've been directed, certainly the president would like us to return first to the moon and then to Mars. And so it is going to be really neat to see where the space program goes in the next 5 years, let alone 10 years. So right now, I have to tell you, I am focused on doing the best job that I can for this mission. We've gotten a lot done. We still have some time to go. But ask me that question again in a few months, and I'll let you know.
Yeah. Well, do you know what the future holds for you? I mean, what is next for you?
Yeah, that's another great question. So generally, people say, hey, what happens once you land? Well, our bodies, it takes time for our bodies to get back to what I call Earth shape. And so once we land in Kazakhstan and then traverse back to Houston, we start rehabilitation almost immediately. The first 6 weeks, we spend about 2 hours a day with special trainers, making sure that our bodies get back to where they need to be. And then also talking a lot with our individual instructors and the different systems experts about our experiences on station and maybe what we would change or what we thought worked really well. So we're pretty busy at work for those first 6 weeks. And then after that, we try and go out and share our experiences with as many people as possible. So I'm hoping to return to Colorado, certainly to Poudre High School, and be able to see those students that I talked to a few months ago up here while on ISS and sort of share those experiences. So that's kind of the first 6 months after we land. And after that, we'll see.
Yeah. How do you keep up with current events when you're up there?
Yeah, so actually every lunch hour we have the news, the evening news, uplinked to us every day. And so Alex and I, and usually Sergey joins us for lunch as well, we all gather around in Node 1, which is where we have our little